as a gospel artist too, with a lot of people. So, you know, it's been cool, man. I started touring professionally 2005 with an artist, Sobe Entertainment, Warner Brother, Urban Mystic.
Okay.
Urban Mystic. He had the single "Where Were You" when it first came out, and you know, me and Urban toured, man. Had a chance to do shows with some of everybody.
So, all right. So, you on a real R&B artist, right? You being who you are and what you stand for, right? Who could you see yourself collaborating with? And I'm talking about these new artists. I ain't gonna. You can't say Sean Stockton.
Right.
Stockton from Boys to
Right.
Can't say none of them. You know what I'm saying? You got to say somebody that
new.
That was on there with Greg Street.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So who would you like to see yourself paired with? Like, and let's let these new artists. And Ella May and her is in the conversation.
They in the conversation, yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's a couple of people for different things.
Right.
I want to do something with PJ Morton.
PJ's
PJ's a monster.
Y'all look like y'all a fit,
Bro. And then but you know, shoot, Jeremiah. When it comes to real vocals, man, it's a lot of the chicks are bringing real vocals.
Yeah.
Breezy. Chris Brown, honestly, whether people realize it or not, that boy can go.
He's the king.
Breezy can go. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if we were to collab on something, and we say, look, Chris, let's bring some real. He'll be able to go there vocally. Right. Shoot, man. You know, Neo. You know, I'm trying to think of some of the other new ones too, man.
What rapper would you do a song with?
That's what I was waiting to hear. I was just
Yeah, I was gonna warm it up. Come on. What rapper would you? What was it? Throw Babies? Who sing that?
Oh my God.
She hates that song.
When his first joints that he got on with.
Man, I got a song, my single Georgia Clay. I want to do a remix of it. We've been thinking about, you know, the remix getting a rapper on it, but it got to be a Georgia rapper that, like,
because
he got that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know what's the verdict out on Tip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Has anybody heard anything about what's going on with them?
Tip, I mean, listen, that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna make or break that man. At the end of the day, you know, there's always gonna be accusations for people at his level. Mm-hmm. And there's always going to be somebody come out the woodwork saying something, but that ain't going to make or break him, especially if his wife's standing next to him and they standing together tall. For sure. Anybody else that knows them personally and standing tall with them, they going to be fine.
Exactly.
That shit ain't going to make them. That's just a bunch of people talking. Whether it's true or not, it's still just talking.
Everything Tip been through, this is like a walk through the park. That's just like, this ain't nothing. Wait, you said I did what to who?
Right.
Come on, like that ain't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ain't no, they ain't bringing up no court cases in no West and none of that.
He said she said type.
Right. He said she said type. I mean, the baby, you know.
What's the subject of the song?
That's a whole nother subject. You know what? Man, we got to work. Matter of fact, I got a record I'm about to record, and I'm sending it up here to y'all. I think I told Dynasty about it.
You did.
Yo, this one's gonna be stupid, but I'm not even singing on it.
Why y'all should be able to get on the song.
Definitely.
That's definitely happening.
Definitely. That's done.
Hold on, wait. So you say you're not singing? You ain't rapping, is you?
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro. I ain't singing that one note.
So you got bars?
Hey.
You got bars?
On this particular track, we coming with that.
He did something.
I got some bars for y'all.
It's crazy.
Hey, hold on, drop a beat.
No.
There you go.
Here we go.
I ain't got bars.
I got jokes.
No, man. No.
So I know that, you know, you are really out there hustling. You do a lot of things other than being an artist. But, I mean, like, really talk about some of the things that you do. Because, like, as an indie artist, I'm an indie artist. Rich is an indie artist. Man, he independent, up-and-coming comedian. You know, talk about some of the things, like, especially in this environment, that as an independent artist, some of the things that you do to also build yourself and your platform and the things that because you do a lot. You got your hands in quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, especially now, we were able to have a global reset. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's I don't like the fact that a lot of lives were lost in this global reset.
Yeah.
But the fact that we had a global reset is so much right now that honestly you could get it. You could get it. And so, with me it's just I'm really all about rebranding. Constantly, rebranding and just staying true to who you are. Man, I gotta go over tonight because I'm also doing sound.
Yeah.
So for my shows I got all of my setup, but for other people I do their sound and stuff like that too. So I'm blacked out, But yeah, man. I mean, just staying true to the brand. Continuing to say okay, and then just high schools. Collaborating with a lot of schools in Gwinnett County, DJing proms and homecomings. And shout out to Gwinnett County.
Shout out to Gwinnett.
Shout out Gwinnett County.
Gwinnett in the building.
Away from y'all.
Best school system in Georgia.
You already know.
Southside.
They don't raise them like Cali.
Man.
Can you mute his mic, please?
Go ahead.
Yo. He said you gonna eat them chicken wings. Yo, he actually started eating them all too. Right. Man.
That mic is on. We hear you chewing, brother.
Well, yeah, man.
But you doing sound, you into marketing, you do a lot,
Yeah, and then castings. Castings it's crazy because, especially for what we do, the hustle is real. Like in LA, they wake up every day and they on a different set, and so castings. I'm about to get back into it because it'll be crazy. Like one day, for 8-9 hours you on set. The next day, the call time might be you just got off by 2 a.m.
Wow.
The call time for another movie the next day might be 11 a.m. Yeah. You out your suitcase, hurry up and wait, But set life is major here. You know what I'm saying? So, so also doing that, yeah, man, just trying to stay out there.
It's the new Hollywood.
Nice. It is. It is. But we don't, because we didn't have it like they had in the LA. We don't truly know how to hustle with that. Like every time you on set, one day you could go to your mailbox and there's 4 checks in there. The next day 3, the next day 5, the next day it's crazy.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You gotta put that work in. I mean,
I want to know how to get these checks you speak of.
Yeah, it's a few different casting
About
agencies.
people from Gwinnett, they know how
A
to
lot
get
of them on
paid.
the south side.
So you do the casting or you just go to the castings?
No, so I'm already in their network, their database, and they'll email me casting calls. If you available and you could do it, do it. If you can't, don't.
Don't.
Wow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a friend who does that. He's an extra in a lot of these new series like Tales and
First
all these
Wives.
different joints. Yeah, he's in a lot of these videos. It's like you said, they just be emailing him.
That's it.
To see if he's available. He's been in a lot of new videos, new shows.
Yep.
Wow.
Just standing in the background.
That's it.
He's there.
That's
Right
it.
there.
That's
I
it.
want to
Low
do that.
$150, $175 a day.
It's just my
It's crazy.
My only problem with that is like if I see the camera and I know I'm more talented than the person you got the camera on, it's hard for me to
It's
be
called
an extra.
narcissism. That's what
No, it's
that
not
is.
called narcissism. It's just called nigga, I'm better than you.
Just sit there and get the
Well, I
money.
mean, the
Stay
best
in
way,
your
the
lane.
best way with that I feel is just like when the cameras are off, you can show yourself a little bit, or like my friend does, just build relationships with the people
Who's on set.
who's in control.
Who's
and
on
then
set.
They'll be able to tell. You know what I'm saying?
And then when it comes to set life too, what you get for being an extra, you get more for being a stand-in.
Yeah.
What's the actor that they say you look like?
Kevin Hart. And I can see
Nah, bro.
This
Yes,
nigga said,
yes.
Kevin Hart.
I get that all the time. Who else you say?
Nah, bro. Come on.
All right, tell me. Well, tell me, because I would love to hear this.
Oh
one.
my gosh, bro.
Hey, IG. Who I look
Kevin
like?
Hart? No.
I've got. Well, it's because of the
I'm,
hair.
I'm trying to remember the dude's name and remember the movie he's in. But bro, you got a twin in Hollywood. Same complexion, everything. I'm trying to remember the
Is
movie.
it
I
the
thought
dude-
Kevin Hart the
is it-
first
is it-
time I saw
Is
him.
it the dude that played in Ballers? The thing with the Rock and everything. And I think he was also in what's that?
Bro,
I
he
know who he's talking
he
about.
got a twin
I
in
know who he's
Hollywood,
talking
man.
about, but I can't think of his name.
No,
Same
if-
complexion and everything. I know who you're
Same
talking about.
beard, everything.
I can't think of his name.
I'm trying to remember I can't remember his name, but anyway. Oh, you know what?
Did he play
It
a Tyler Perry movie?
it might be
You
it might
could
be
do-
The Wire.
You could do.
Okay, that's who you're talking about. Omar from the
Oh,
Wire.
Omar from The Wire.
The guy that got the slash across his face. He got the
You
cut.
could.
I don't
do
know
that.
about the slash.
No.
Because-
Yeah.
He has a
Omar.
slash?
Yeah, he does have that, but he covers it in a lot of movies. But
Oh, gotcha.
You could do Omar, but you also could do Denzel's son. Y'all know who Denzel's son is?
I'll be in Washington.
I ain't never said
I'll be in
Denzel's son?
You don't know who Denzel's son is?
Nah.
Hey, Denzel.
Denzel's son was in the first thing I ever
That's
seen
what I
him
know
in.
who you're talking about.
He was in the football movie. I mean football series.
Series.
Okay.
American something?
No,
not that
Ballers.
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 That's the
He
guy.
was in
That's the
Ballers.
guy that I was talking about
That's
because
what
he
you're
was in
talking
there
about.
because he was also in
Got
that
you,
movie
got
Insecure, and that is the movie. He was in that movie Insecure too.
He was in something real recent, man. What was the
It was a movie. Wait, it's not the Black Klansman. That guy. He was in the movie. He was in that movie. The Black
Yes, he
Klansman.
was.
That's him. That's who you're talking about.
Yes. You see the Black Klansman?
I didn't see that.
But I know
Yeah,
his
he's in a
name.
lot of movies. That's Denzel's
I know
son.
who you're
A lot of
talking
people
about.
don't know that. Yeah.
No,
Good ass actor.
That's the first time I've ever got that because, well, not the first. I've gotten that before. I gotten Omar, and the reason why I said Kevin Hart, but not because of the hair now, but I've gotten that to the point to where I've had someone act out in the QT gas station, like she worked at the gas station and was going to fill like she had bottles in her hand, going to go restock them, and stopped in there like
Are you serious?
and ran up and was like, "I thought it was you."
Oh
Like,
my
shit,
gosh.
give me a hug, cause I am me. I'm just not who you. Like, what you talking about? I am
Are you serious?
Right, that was crazy.
That's
Like,
crazy.
so I can
But see, in the set life, you get whatever you get as an extra.
Right.
But when you are filling,
right.
standing, and guess what? All you doing, if you were to fill in for the main character, you just stand on the X, cause he's not there.
You just
Or they just want somebody to look like him.
That's just
Probably
Same,
got the
same
neck or
height,
something,
same
'cause it's
everything.
doing like a back view of him.
Yo, you
well,
just stand in.
Oh well, we need to talk.
And what that check
We need
like?
to talk. We need to talk.
It's more
'Cause
than
I
it's
look
more
like
than
a-
an extra.
I look like a lot of big
No, you don't.
niggas.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well,
no, you
we
don't.
From the
gonna
back.
move on, y'all. We need to move this conversation on because
You look like Malik
Because
from the
Mr.
game.
Xavier does have to leave us soon. But as we move on, I want you to let people know, Xavier, where to find your music and also share your music. Obviously, you share your music with me, and I will also have information on my social media as to where you can listen to some of the music that Xavier has out there.
Nice.
So please share with our listeners where you might be next, what's going on with you, how to find you, how to follow you, those things.
Man, you can follow me on Instagram at Xavier Lewis, the antidote to R&B. I know that's long as heck, y'all. Don't be mad at me. Xavier Lewis, the antidote to R&B on IG. Shoot, man, Facebook, Xavier Lewis. If you still tweet out there, you know Xavier Lewis XL.
What about MySpace?
You almost got me. I almost answered you. I
Xavier
almost
Lewis,
answered.
MySpace.
Say
on
something.
that. Wait up, man.
Yo, like MySpace. I'm about to say, what about High Five? Y'all remember that?
I don't even remember that.
Stone
Okay.
X, Stone
Black
X.
Planet.
Stone Age, yo, Black Planet, all that. But yeah, man, I'm on all digital platforms. You know, shoot, man, iTunes, Spotify. Y'all definitely, man, listen up. I'm on SoundCloud. You know, so we just put a few things on there. But looking forward to some projects coming up real soon. Be headed back home to Miami, hopefully. You know, to do some collaborations with a few people down that way. So,
Nice.
you know, super excited.
All righty, so that's we will make sure that you get his information and he may shout it out if we got some time. One more time for you if you missed it. But we're gonna move on into the topic today, and that is dating and in the beginning. So
I got too many
like,
people.
yeah.
I got too many people on my live for this one.
Oh my gosh. So basically what it is the conversations that are had in the very, very beginning. Like, are you upfront about, your deal breakers? Are you upfront about your do's and don'ts? Are you upfront about what you want for your lifestyle? I mean, if you're seriously like having a conversation with somebody, are you really true to self when you have those conversations? Like, what do y'all think most people do, or what do you do? What's been your experience? Do you think people have been straight up honest with you? Just really having a real, just no matter what this person thinks, I'm just gonna be straight, just brutally honest.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Uh-oh.
Especially these days and
You
times.
said it fast.
I know, right?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yo, especially these days and times, I think that's probably one of the most vital,
Yes.
component.
I agree.
Like, yo, it's you gotta list the deal breakers. You
Yes.
gotta just be upfront with what
Yes.
is and what ain't,
Yes.
what's gonna be
Yes.
and what's
Yes.
not gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think you at least put it out there, and then start to shift or sift through.
Yeah.
Right.
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I can agree with that right there. I mean, because I think in the beginning, when you first meet somebody, you have an expectation of how you think things are going to go. So 9 out of 10, that is how your conversation is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With the expectations of we're going to move forward, or this is what we want and everything else, because everybody meets the representative first. It doesn't matter who you think you're talking to. You're meeting their representative. And you guys can have the same goals, the same end game, but as you get to know each other, some of those things that you thought you could deal with, you just can't. Or it comes like, okay, prime example, I'll leave the name out and everything else, but girl you
You
talk
know
to,
who you are.
I mean, if she listens, she know who she is.
Raise
but,
your hand.
but I honestly, like, her sense of humor was it was dope. Like, that all we did was just crack jokes all the time. And yeah, she had a little what you would call like a warped sense of humor. That's how she kept saying it. It's a warped sense of humor.
Okay.
And at some point it was cute till it got to a certain point of just being annoying. And like I said, and it was funny because you're sitting here and you having this conversation, and during our first few meetings, it was, man, I love your sense of humor. Me and your sense of humor is on the same level. I can joke with you, you can joke with me. That's the one thing that I liked. But it was the major thing that turned me off, because there was no off switch or know how to turn it down. And then at some point it became like your warped sense of humor became almost like bullying to me. Like because it would always be about a
So
certain
you talking about
person.
characteristics? We talking about that right now. I'm talking about lifestyles. I'm talking about, like, you're busy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You have certain things that you deal with as a comedian, as an entertainer.
Right.
Like, do you let people know, like, up front, like, they make it clear to them to understand, like, even with your son, because, your son, that's your prince, that's your priority.
Right.
And you let them know, like, this is my priority, this is my lifestyle. And as of this time, this juncture, that's not going to change. And you can either, you have to
that's
make the
first and
choice to
foremost.
understand.
Yeah.
Do you want to
You have to.
deal with this the way it is? You know what I'm saying? Or, because a lot of people, especially women, and I know that, get into situations thinking that they can change somebody or change the situation.
both
and
both
they
people do that.
agree. Yeah,
That's men and
but
women. Men
it's
and
just
women
kind of
do that.
predominantly, I think more women do it
Right.
than men. But, well, I think now it might be a little different. But, you letting people know, like, if somebody says to me, because of my lifestyle in a way, I can cook my behind off, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm probably not going to do much of it. So if somebody approaches me and go, because I'm busy, I'm busy running my business. I have a lot going on.
Right.
So if somebody says to me, it's not saying it's a never thing, but it's probably going to happen not very often. Right. So I'm not going to turn into this happy homemaker housewife that's just going to be cooking meals every day. That ain't going to happen.
And And I think that's where the people starts to get the expectations again, because like in the conversation that could be had, you might list that cooking is one of your strengths. Like, it's things you may like to do or whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, the person listening, that's a trigger point for that person. You be like, oh, she can cook. I want a woman that can cook. She can do this. Woo, woo,
Right,
woo,
right,
woo.
right.
That's a turn on. But guess what? You're not doing that.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
so in the process of all that going on, it's like you're still trying to learn, but you're also waiting for that first plate. And once again, I'm not just directing it to just females. This is everybody because a
No,
man can do the
exactly.
same exact thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but you sitting there and you paint this picture of, okay, these are my strengths, but these are not what you're doing.
Right.
These are not what you're presenting. And when people are talking and they're getting to know each other, they're like I said, the representatives.
Yeah, but
your
that's what we're
representatives gonna bring
saying.
the strength
That's
up.
what we're saying. You being very brutally honest in that regard, not just being your representative. Are you saying in the beginning, making it clear? Because see, I don't have a problem with making it clear. You know that I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. Are you making that
But
clear?
you might not have a reason to make it that clear.
Right.
What
Well,
he's trying to say is-
believe me, normally it always comes out because most men, the first question they ask is, "Can you cook?" But see, I should be saying, "Can you pay some bills?" You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that. But to me, it's kind of like if you just met me, you just start talking to me. Don't start asking me for things that you know what I'm saying, like
No,
that.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't think that in the beginning, if you sitting down and y'all talking, and the man says, "Can you cook?" I don't think you're gonna take it that way. You're gonna want to show up. Yeah, I could cook. I cook my ass off. Oh, okay, cool. You not thinking he wants you to cook every night, and he not thinking you just want to show off your cooking one time. Y'all might assume.
No, I don't.
Y'all might assume.
No, as soon as I start having anxiety attacks, as soon as they start saying, "Can you cook?" I'm like, Jesus Christ.
What?
God, oh my God, I'm not doing that.
What?
I'm different, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause to me, it's like, we don't even know if we gonna get to that point yet. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, this
like,
is
I really feel like,
conversation.
we don't
It's just
even know if we
conversation.
gonna get there yet.
So
But
what?
it's
So
just-
what would? All right. So if in the beginning for you, what's comfortable conversation if you can't talk about that?
I would
Bec-
rather you just take the time to get to know me. Let's just have regular conversation. Ask me questions about what I do, because I'm gonna tell you what I do and who I am. So kind of.
But asking you, asking you if you could cook is not regular conversation.
I think it's regular to some degree at some point. You know what I'm saying? We need to get to that. You know, you might just say, "Oh, do you know how to cook?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know how to cook, but I just don't." And I'll say, "But I just don't do it a lot because I'm really into my career.
See, now-
I'm really busy."
Now, can I say something real quick? I think like that's where we see as a generation and as people how we change. Because if you like just like let's just go back in the day.
I see what you was gonna say.
Just back in the day. Just a icebreaker of a conversation.
It's
To
asking-
start a conversation, because the most normal one would be was, "Hey, what's your favorite dish to make?" Like, and I'm just saying, just in regular general conversation back then, these were like conversation starters. They, like I'm saying, it didn't have a meaning like, "Oh yeah, she's a bad cook, I'm gonna have her cooking." Woo, woo, woo. But it was a conversation starter, and in those things, you find out things that you like. But because where we're at now, it almost seems like everything is an interview.